Hi there everyone, I think it's about time I got around to actually making some lists, but before I get stuck into this video, once again, make sure to go check out my vinyl giveaway. I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the draw on the 10th of January, so you only actually have 6 days to get in there. Make sure you get on that straight away. I am giving away this vinyl for free. I'll be delivering it to whoever wins it, and yeah, there's no reason for you not to enter. Now, first list video for 2012, the year that has just gone. This list is going to be my top 5 live shows of the entire of last year. I will say, as I have stated before, I prefer live shows to records. I just feel like you get to watch a band really perform and show the music how they want it to be perceived, as opposed to on record where you can only sort of hear. And a lot of the times, sure, on record you can understand where the band's come from, you can definitely get a feel for the performance, but when you're seeing it on a stage, like I said, I just don't think it personally can be beaten. But before I get stuck into the actual list, I just want to quickly give off some honourable mention. First honourable mention, Let Live at the Roundhouse. This was the Kerrang tour that they put together every year, and the lineup was While She Sleeps, Let Live, New Found Glory and The Blackout. The New Found Glory actually headlined it, so I said The Blackout and then the wrong way around, but you get the point. Let Live are one of the best live bands you could possibly hope to see. That show was the best one they put on this year, and I've seen them a couple of times this year. Just one hell of a performance. Jason is one of the best frontmen going in any genre, let alone just punk. He got in the crowd, he was screwing around with guitars. At one point he actually grabbed a bin, emptied it out, chucked it over himself and was singing inside the bin. But yeah, the next show I want to mention for honourable mentions, it's not really one show, it was just Cancer Bats doing the Pentagram tour, because max cred to a band who can do that. They did 6 shows in one day. That poster behind me, if I just get out of the way of it, try and work out which side, there you go. That poster right there is a star. That's basically a map of London with all the venues plotted out. They played 6 shows over 5 venues, there's all the tickets there too. And it was just one hell of a day. I met a ton of great people. I met some of the band too, which was really cool. And at every show, they just really killed it. They put on one hell of a performance. Go see Cancer Bats if you get a chance. The next honourable mention is Refused at the HMV Forum. Now, Refused are a band, if you're not aware of them, you definitely need to go check them out if you're even remotely interested in hardcore. They're so important to the genre. They reunited and have now actually broken up, and I was lucky enough to see them 3 times. They saw them at both HMV shows and also at Download. The best one they put on was the last HMV show. It was absolutely mind-blowingly good. It was just so great, and I think that says a lot to the list actually. This year's been a really good year for live music, quite honestly. But regardless, this show was just amazing. It was just amazing seeing Refused on a stage. I never thought I would. Even though I'm a relatively new fan, it was still a really, really special moment. And the final honourable mention is This Is Not a Game, Who the Fuck Are You? At the Fiddler's Elbow. It was a show I actually put on myself, and admittedly I may be slightly biased towards this show because I have been waiting so long to watch this band live, but regardless, it was a fantastic show, tons of energy, tons of fun, nothing more I can really say. That's the kind of show I like to see. They were tight as well, which is a massive thing for me, and I just, yeah, it couldn't have been any better than I would have hoped. So anyway, on with the list. At number 5, Trash Talk at the London Birthdays. No band creates chaos like Trash Talk. Stage divers, pits, hardcore dancing, crowd surfers, stage invasions, all sorts of nutty business goes on at Trash Talk shows. London Birthdays is basically a sweaty basement full of 100 people, and they just smashed it. They played a fantastic set, an absolutely ferocious set, and just destroyed the place. I don't really think much else needs to be said about this show. Just utter chaos. If you ever get a chance to see Trash Talk, please take it up. They are a fantastic live band. At number 4, I'm going to say the Dillinger Escape Plan at Brixton Academy. Now, they were actually supporting Mastodon on this tour, but I felt Dillinger were just so much better than Red Fang and Mastodon, both of which put on a great performance, but nothing like Dillinger's. It was just chaotic, tight, massive. I think Dillinger works better on a bigger stage because they have more room to throw themselves about, and I mean, you can't really knock a band where the guitarist is bleeding from his mouth about, what, 3 songs in? There were points where the guitarist walked out on top of the crowd and continued playing. Greg got in the crowd several times. Guitarist Ben again just went generally nuts. He jumped off about a 15 or 20 foot stack of speakers, continuing to play in midair, landing, collapsing, and still hit every single note. Cannot fault it. Absolutely brilliant show. At number 3 is kind of a different one. I actually did a review of this one, and I'll leave a link below. That was Devin Townsend at the Roundhouse. It was the Retinal Circus show. He played a 3-hour set, and it was incredibly theatrical. There were tons of props used, tons of people used. I believe the cast was something like 93 people. He had animals on stage at all points. There was a choir at the start. It was just a really big, entertaining, fantastic, colourful, personality-filled, brilliant show. I will make sure to leave a link to my review of it. Go check it out. Go find what you can of the show. It's actually being recorded for a DVD, so make sure you pick that up when it comes out as well. At number 2, another one I've reviewed. You may know what it is if you follow this channel. I gave it an incredibly positive review. Converge at the Koko. I've never seen Converge before. I've liked them for several years, so it was very nice seeing them at long last. I did not even remotely expect them to be as good as they were. They were so tight. The banter was hilarious. Jacob Bannon is just such a dude, and I love the way he performs, sort of always looking around and lots of personality to the performance, which really kind of works for him, because Converge as a whole have very sort of poetic lyrics and very technical music, and to see it work on a stage like that is fantastic. Whole band, tons of energy. Guitarists didn't even look like they were playing anything remotely technical. They looked like they were playing, I don't know, Nirvana or something like that. They just play it with such ease, which after 20 years of being in a band you'd expect, but even still it is really, really amazing to watch. I will give a quick shout out to that whole bill, to be honest, because A Storm of Light, The Secret, and also Touche Amore all killed it, but Converge really did come out on top. They were absolutely fantastic. But despite all of these great shows, there was one that really stood out to me this year. It's in my top 5 shows ever, and I just can't fault it because it was just such a fun show. That show is way back. It was actually the first show I went to this year. Enter Shikari at the Borderline in London. I did not review this show because, again, it was way too early. I saw it in January. It was the first show I went to this year. Basically, when you pre-ordered a copy of Flash Flood of Colour, you were entered for tickets to this show. I very, very fortunately got tickets to it. Enter Shikari, no barriers, a crazy, rabid crowd ready to go for it. Like I said in my Enter Shikari review for the latest tour, no band creates a party like Enter Shikari, and it just was a fantastic show. Crowd surfers everywhere. They played a fairly tight set. So much fun throughout the whole night. The banter was fantastic. They brought on Cake Pharrell, which actually ended up going in my face, which I was really pleased about. I just cannot fault that show. It was, like I said, one of the best shows I've been to. So much fun. Tons of energy. They played a really, really great set. Played lots of the new stuff, but made sure to mix it in with lots of the old stuff, especially considering it's an album release party, it's kind of important. And there you have it. Those are my top 5 shows of the year. I can't wait to go to more live shows this year. Like I said, I love live shows, and I'll keep making sure to emphasise this point. You guys need to make sure you go and check out live shows. As far as ones I have booked already, the only one I can think of is Muse at Emirates Stadium, so that should be brilliant. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of my list. Post your list as well, or just standout shows that you went to this year. And I'll catch you guys and girls later.